What's good, everybody? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. My name is Corey, and today we're going to be talking about The Boys Season 4. They just dropped the first 3 episodes. Question for today's video: do you think that The Boys series needs to wrap it up? Because I do. Before getting into my reasons as to why, I do want to talk about those first 3 episodes. I feel like those episodes are very well done, very entertaining, still very intriguing. Nothing about the series has fallen off thus far. Most of the writing still makes sense, even though we have some of the same storylines and the same tropes being reused. We still getting very good performances out of Billy Butcher, out of Homelander, out of Huey, out of Starlight. All that stuff is still very good when we're looking at the show in terms of quality. I'm very intrigued to see where things go with MM being the team lead and seeing how shaky that appears to be. I'm still very intrigued about Sister Sage and what is she doing after watching those first 3 episodes, and the Deep and the role that he plays with her, as well as his octopus and that weird dynamic that they have going on. I'm interested to see how long Homelander can hold it together playing daddy and like that, because that just doesn't look natural to him and it doesn't seem right. He doesn't feel like a great candidate for that, and we are slowly seeing that unravel as well. And I'm very interested to see what happens with Senator Newmar, vice presidential candidate Newmar, and what she does with the presidential candidate knowing about her abilities but still kind of being coy about it and playing politics and all that stuff. But talking about why this show needs to be wrapped, and I think it's more about the tropes being reused and things kind of resetting here in season 4. So if we look at season 1, we start with people with no powers going after superpowered individuals that feel and seem incredibly indestructible. Then throughout season 1, season 2, we saw that some of these people are actually destructible and they can be taken out. And then we get to a point in season 3 where we have Temp V and Butcher and Huey both having powers, but it's like killing them. We also have Soldier Boy as like a weapon, and he's weaponized himself and he's going after certain individuals and taking certain individuals out. There's a lot of different things that have happened over the course of the series, but at this point, it does feel as though we are right back at square one with non-superpowered individuals looking for different ways to take out superpowered individuals, like poking and prodding and trying to find weaknesses. And we've done that before. This idea of having secret information on the senator, keeping the senator at bay from just exploding Huey's head and everyone else's heads and not being outed as a superhero or a person with powers. It's like we've done that. We've seen that play out time and time again over the course of this show. They did a season of Gen V that has tied very well in with what we saw here in the beginning of season 4. And it feels like what was done at Godalkin with the virus is like the key to taking down some of these superheroes. But at the same time, it just leaves me in a place where like, okay, we had Temp V. We didn't pull the trigger with Temp V, with Butcher, with powers. Now we have the virus from Godalkin, but the virus is not strong enough to take down Homelander yet. And we're back at square one. And it just feels like, hey, we need to do it or don't do it. Because we've already had moments in previous seasons where we could have took out Homelander or at least went head to head and saw the better man come out on top. But we didn't do that as a show. And I kind of feel like either we're going to take him down or we're not going to. I don't think we can continue to see seasons of the dynamic being reset and the boys being back as underdogs, going up against Vought, going up against Homelander and his whole superpowered cadre of people. But I am satisfied, though. I will say season 4 started out very strong. Hopefully it wraps very strong, and then we get that season 5, which has now been confirmed to be the final season. There are a lot of things that I want to see wrapped up in that 5th season. Again, that's not even seeing where things go with season 4, but I want to know from you all, do you feel similarly to me, satisfied with the product at this point, but at the same time seeing the end and knowing that it needs to be near? Because the longer they drag things out, the worse the quality of the product will get, in my opinion. Audiences today are just not the same as what they used to be. No longer do we want to see 9, 10 seasons of something. We want to see 3, 4, maybe 5 seasons or something, where you give us the entire story, you set things up, you pay things off, and then we move on to a different property. So that's where I am with it. Let me know where you are with it in the comment section if you choose to do so. And that's all we have for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.